welcome to Classic Rock, Country Music Facts and Trivia. Appreciate you being here. Today's video is on shooter Jennings and how he says Waylon was psychologically affected by Buddy Holly's tragic death. He had to live with a purpose because he survived. Inside scoop on Waylon and Buddy. Of course, if you're a big fan of Waylon Jennings, then you probably heard all about how his son Shooter discovered a treasure trove of unreleased Waylon music, which he managed to turn into 3 separate albums that are slated for release. The first one, Songbird, will be out on October 3rd. I'm sure we're all looking forward to hearing the music, and of course, Shooter's been making his rounds in the press talking about the process of putting us all together, and how he is influenced by his father growing up around so much incredible music. During an interview on Vinyl Glide podcast, Shooter recalled how much the death of Buddy Holly affected his dad over the years. The infamous story goes that on February 3rd of '59, a B-Craft Bonanza carrying rock and roll legend and pioneer Buddy Holly, several other artists, took flight from a small Iowa airport and flew into a blizzard, crashing about 5 miles from the airport and killing everyone on board. Among the others killed were La Bamba star Richie Valens, J.P. Big Bopper Richardson, and the pilot Roger Peterson. Buddy had chartered a plane that was supposed to take them to Moorhead, Minnesota, where they would be able to get a few more hours of sleep before the next run of shows on the Winter Dance Party. Their tour bus heat had gone out days before, and one of the other band members actually had to leave in the middle of the tour because they got frostbite on the bus. It was that cold on their Midwest run. During that, they were zigzagging through the Midwest during a brutal winter. The band had already been stranded several times, and Buddy wanted to get where they were going and have some time to catch up on laundry and things before the next show. Waylon Jennings, who played bass guitar for Buddy at the time, was supposed to be on that plane as well, but he offered his seat up to a sick J.P. Richardson, decided he would take the bus and meet up with the rest of the band at the next stop. They'd actually been given a loaner bus after the engine of their regular bus froze up in Wisconsin a few days prior, so they were traveling in a converted school bus with no heat. Buddy jokingly told Waylon he hoped that the bus would break down once again, since Waylon opted to drive on the freezing bus instead of fly, to which Waylon hauntingly responded, "I hope your old plane crashes." Buddy Holly was one of his very best friends, and the tragic event stuck with Waylon for the rest of his life, as did the lingering guilt that he narrowly evaded death when he didn't understand why it all happened the way it did. I was so afraid for so many years that somebody was going to find out I said that. Somehow I blamed myself. Compounding that was the guilty feeling that I was still alive. I contributed everything to the world at that time that compared to Buddy. Why would he die, not me? It took a long time to figure that out, and it brought about some big changes in my life, the way I thought about things. Buddy was the first person to believe in Waylon's musical talent. After they became friends when Waylon was a DJ at KLLL in Lubbock, Texas in 1958, Buddy financed, produced, and played on Waylon's first recording, Joe Blonde. In fact, 2 weeks before the aforementioned tour, Buddy brought Waylon a bass guitar, told him to learn how to play it before they hit the road. Waylon says he never took the time to learn to play the correct way. He just memorized every song in Buddy Holly's catalog instead. In his book, Waylon, an Autobiography, Waylon opened up about how he carried Buddy's legacy into his own life and career, and how those lessons propelled him to the forefront of the outlaw country music movement in the 1970s. He had a dose of Nashville where they wouldn't let him sing it the way he heard it, and wouldn't let him play his own guitar parts. Can't do this, can't do that. Don't ever let people tell you can't do something, he'd say, and never put limits on yourself. Years later, I'd be in the studio, and the track would really get in the pocket and feel good, and I'd hear those Nashville producers saying scornfully, "Man, that sounds like a pop hit." And I'd remember Buddy telling me that he thought he was crazy as the freezing bus moved down the highway from Green Bay, Wisconsin to Clear Lake, Iowa. Waylon clearly went on to become an iconic legend in his own right, but not without the unwavering belief in himself that Buddy helped him uncover years later. It's understandable. I mean, that would haunt you. I mean, those words, that would have to haunt you. And then the survivor syndrome, I believe they call it, is like when somebody that's in the plane crash survives and everybody else dies, and they go through a really hard time. And I think that's kind of what he went through. It's just a shame he had to go through that. It always Hurts when a good friend passes away, but when one passes away after you say, I hope your plane crashes, that's a whole different situation. All I got for you guys. Please subscribe if you have not yet. Please like this video. I'd appreciate it. You have a great day. God bless you, and I'm praying for you.